All right. Well, I think I'm live. I'm gonna look at this. I got it going
All
on the
right.
second screen
Well,
just to
I
make sure
think
it
I'm
started
live
I'm
because I
gonna
had a
look
little
at
snafu
this.
with the
I got
last
it
one,
going on the second
where it
screen just
never
to make sure it's
published
published. I'm gonna
because I had a
after the
little
live stream.
snafu with the
I got
last
it
one.
going on the second
Don't know
screen
exactly
just
what
to make
happened
sure
with
it's
it.
published.
Because I
Oh,
had a
looks like it's
little
going.
snap.
There we go. So, yeah, and it's there too. So, welcome to your Wednesday night with me. Um, Please let me know in the chat if there's any issues with the stream. I think the issue that I had was with YouTube itself. Um, I think I know what caused it. I'm going to try and call it again tonight just to see if I'm right. Um, I used to be a tester. I don't know if you guys knew that, if anyone knew that out there. I used to test software, and that's kind of just my nature to when I see a bug, I'm like, okay, well let's see what we can do with that, you know? Let's see if we can make it happen. Speaking of making things happen, we're gonna see if we can gift any memberships out. I think it's kind of fun. I wonder if anyone gets an email and they're like, "What? Oh, okay." You know, I like seeing the names. So yeah, we got 5 out there. That's gonna be the last free ones I could do if I have another live stream this month. I'm not gonna give out any more memberships, but to you new members, Amir Shalab, Toonces the driving cat. I love that old SNL skit. Adam Griffin, um, Javelin, and Slavsky art. Slavsky art. Okay, that makes sense. Um, you all have the ability now to use these custom icons um, in this chat and in other chat features where YouTube puts them. You can now use those. Um, so that's good. That's cool. I have some members only videos too on my stuff. Mostly just old things. All my old live streams though are members only videos. That all the streams are 5 episodes old or older than that. Except for the last one, I didn't promote it out. I didn't knock the other one out because the goddamn thing still hasn't processed. So if anyone knows anyone at YouTube, just let them know that they didn't process my last live stream for video on demand. And a lot of people use these videos on demand for sleep aids, and I feel for them. Another thing we do on these live streams, these work streams, besides working on a cartoon, which is what I just loaded up my program to do. I'll talk about that in a second. My name is Ryan Rockers. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to be talking at the microphone. Um, looking at the chat. I have it up on the screen. So if you do stop by, I will see your chat. Um, but mainly I will be looking at this drawing program, this animation program called OpenTunes that I use, and I also tell jokes. These jokes are from the Friars Club Encyclopedia of Jokes. We're in the music section right now. When the orchestra began playing Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet overture, a woman noticed tears beginning to run down the cheeks of the elderly man she was seated next to. Before long, he was sobbing outright. So she turned to him and said gently, "You must be an incurable romantic." "Not at all," he gulped. "I'm a musician." Oh no. Oh no, he didn't like it. He was sobbing. Oh, I guess. I guess that joke works. Here we go. Q, which is short for question. Question. What happens when you play country music backwards? And here's the answer. Your dog comes back. You get your truck back. Your mama gets out of jail. dot 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 ellipse. I said this one before, but I'll say it again because I wrote it in the margins here. What do you call a drummer without a girlfriend? Homeless. All right. I like drummer jokes. I think those are the best jokes for musicians. My stickied comment here, my pinned comment in the chat is my Discord invite. Welcome to stop by there. I view these live streams, these work streams, not just as sleep aids for people that need it, um, but and also ways for me to work on things that maybe I'm dragging my feet on this and I haven't been working on it. Well, I got to do it. Got to provide the entertainment. Um, so that's two things. And was there another reason to watch this or do this? I don't know. Oh, yeah, the third one was what I was going to say is this is I view this as my office space type of arrangement with anyone that might want to stop by. I'm here and we can talk about things, and if it's something that you're interested in with what I do with this process, or maybe you're interested in what cartoon I'm working on next, I don't know. I can tell you about it if you're not guessing right now what the hell this thing is. I'll tell you. I'm not. It's not a secret. I got no secrets. Um, with the thumbnail, both on the last live stream, which again, no one can watch it right now. Um, but the last one's thumbnail was Doctor McCoy from the original Star Trek cartoon, Star Trek the animated series, old Filmation program. Um, Same company that produced He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. That's probably their biggest property of all time. Before that, they also did Batman. They did the Archies. They did Star Trek. They did a whole shitload of limited animation, is what they were known for. I would say their animation was more limited than their contemporaries over at Hanna-Barbera. But they still had some animation. And when you look at He-Man, that certainly had real animation in it. Um, but this is not He-Man. This is my contribution to internet cartoons. What I'm doing here with this beautiful program, Open Tunes. Geez, besides hiccuping and burping, geez, apologize for all you sensitive folks out there. Um, what I'm doing is I'm tracing the frames of a video. And if you're paying attention to your old animation class, you know that process is better known to the people as rotoscoping. And this program makes it something I enjoy doing. And I wouldn't be surprised if people wouldn't mind watching this too, because it's something that's repeated, and you get something out of it when you're done with it, which is kind of nice. Um, Kind of like knitting or something. I enjoy rotoscoping. It's uh it's something I'm becoming more and more comfortable doing. I'm getting faster at it. I've always liked the way it looks and the animation that comes out of it because it looks more like the way people move, the way everything moves. It's more of an imitation of life. Um, the detractors will tell you it's tracing. That's the big criticism against it. It is true. That is what it is. So here I can show you what I've got. This is what the Gorn here is doing this. Gorn's on its side. I don't know if you've watched this episode of Star Trek, the original one, that we're using as a source for this rotoscoping. Um, it's an episode of the original series where Kirk is taken to the surface of a planet that their ship has been taken to by some space god. They were called they're a race of space aliens, right, with sparkle dresses that wanted to test Kirk and the captain of the Gorn ship that was pursuing them. They were fighting each other's ships in space around this planet, and the god aliens saw them and just took their captains, put them on this planet, and said, "Here, duke it out. Uh, don't don't mess our space up. Just do it here, you two." That's it. That's the Gorn. And what the Gorn do is they grunt and they try to kill Kirk, or this one does. And what it looks like these guys paid the bottom dollar for a bad rubber suit of a dinosaur. Um, and then they drove to the desert near LA and filmed a bad action sequence with it. That's what it looks like. But we're going to change it into a joke. I say we, the perceptive people out there might have noticed that I said we. I do not believe I am more than one person, but there are more than me working on this cartoon, just not right at this second. This is what they call in the business a collaboration. And where I can tell you that I am playing the Dr. McCoy in this cartoon. Um, I'm also not doing the Gorn or the Kirk on it. And it's not going to be this one, the horizontal one, isn't going to be on my page at all. It's going to be on Lil Louise. We're going to be collabing on it. He's going to publish it. He's going to finish it up with the whatever edits he does to these clips I give him. Um, and I got the short that I'm going to use a couple edits with, or a couple of assets with, that I resized for the shorts format. So I'm going to release that at the same time. It'll be a little tying it in together. Like, here you go. Funnel this over here. That's the idea. Did you know I used to be in marketing? It really shows, by the way. I come up with these great ideas. Um, it is true. I did work in marketing. That was the most creative job I ever had. So if anyone wants me to make an ad, I'll do it. I love making ads. Just pay me, you know? Let's talk. Let's do it. I don't like actually listening to ads myself, though, in real life. I I skip over them. I got this program on my phone that will automatically silence the phone while an ad's playing on Spotify. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience because while the ad would have played, it's just silent, and that's fine. I'm cool with silence. 30 seconds? Oh no, oh no, 30 seconds of silence. Holy fuck. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? But I think Google's changing up Android, so the apps, the good apps, the ones you can side boot on to your phone, or you can use the F-Droid store to install them, like open source programs on your Android phone. Know what I'm talking about here, guys? That is going away. So I think the program I'm talking about, in its current state anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to update it after that change. So Google can make it to Brexit, and then it's done. So that'll probably happen. That will probably be the end of it, and I'll probably be listening to ads on Spotify. But you know what? Not too long ago, I was listening to the full ad-free Spotify experience through a different program called SpoTube. Also, installed through alternate methods, but Spotify used their power to knock that down. But other things pop up, keeps happening, you know. I don't think n- I don't think Napster was the end of piracy. I'm not saying I'm an advocate for anything illegal. Just saying. Just saying. So what I'm doing here, if you can't tell, is I'm lining things up. I'm tracing. I'm doing my tracing thing. Um, I'm doing it on the twos here on every other frame. I'm tracing the changes between the frames. That's what I'm doing. And after I finish this frame, I'm gonna be close to being done with this shot with outlining it. Yeah, here I'm actually gonna get rid of you, pal. I think your purpose is done. Good job. That'll do. That'll do, little lion. So this thing has been kind of a pain because of its stupid teeth. It's an ugly rubber suit thing, and I hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate you, Gorn. Uh, you're overly complicated for what you are, and you don't look good. But I don't hate you. All right, so we're almost done with the Gorn stuff. Oh, we are. Oh, no, there's just so what's that? One, two more. Two more things that we got to draw with the Gorn. And then we're gonna color the Gorn. He looks like this. It looks like this. And then we're gonna do this too. This Kirk shot looking, and that's it for the Kirk. Even though he does that thing right there where he gets rid of his weapon like that, or he puts it on his knee. Um, he doesn't need to do that for what we're doing. So what are we doing anyway? First off, we're doing a joke. That's what we're doing first. Or maybe multiple jokes. First off, all right, here we go. Levin was a notorious tightwad and alleviated a few twinges of conscience by giving a quarter to a miserable looking woman who sold bagels from a pushcart on the corner near his office. He never bought a bagel, having already breakfasted, but he always put a quarter into her grimy palm and felt himself a virtuous man. This went on for months, until one day the bagel seller tugged at his immaculate cuff. Mister, I gotta tell you something. Ah, acknowledged Levin with a gracious smile. I suppose you wish to know why I gave you a quarter every day, but never take a bagel. Nah, that's your business, she snorted. My business is telling you the price has gone up to 35 cents. That's kind of funny. Wasn't expecting that. But Levin wasn't either. We're in negotiation right now. That's why that joke was about negotiating. All right, and this one was written by someone. He took credit for it. It's Alan Gale that wrote this one. So this one goes out to you, Alan. I was selling tickets at the movie house when I got a phone call. This woman said, "How much is a ticket?" I said, $4. She said, "How much for children?" I said, "Same price, $4." She said, "The airlines charge half fare for children." I said, "You can come to the movie, put your kids on a plane." You can do that. Alan wrote that one. Alan Gale, the great Alan Gale. Let's give it up for Alan. So we did two. We'll do more because this is gonna go fast. Honestly, like I picked this one out because it would go kind of fast. That we'll be doing jokes. We'll keep it moving, guys. And you know what? You want to test out the theory that I had on why Google uh, screwed up my last one? I can show you what I think it is. I think I know. I think I know. I think it's over here on the shorts tab. I showed some of these things last time, and I think Google did not like it. So here's where we left off. Where did we leave off? Yeah, I think I showed you all the weird like lobster women stuff. I think I showed. No, I didn't. I didn't show you any lobster women. Here, so here's we ended with Moloch doing the hello fellow kids Moloch. You guys know Moloch? Here, let me show you Moloch again real quick. We'll get back on this one and then we'll move forward.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, so there's that. This is the AI. This is Google's AI, right? This is YouTube's AI. And I said at the get-go that I used to be a software tester, and so I kind of like playing with AI stuff because I like testing it. I like seeing what I can make it do. I like making it do things that it's obviously trying not to do. This is Mothman at the party right here. I kind of like this one. Something about it. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. And again, what I prompted at it was that exactly. And that's what I was doing for a little while with these things. Um, Here, I'll just do one more of these now. I'll skip over that one for now because we got other stuff for that. But page five. Well, yeah, some of these are really just not that interesting, except for there's like glitches in it. Like the reason why I kept him because it can't make a volleyball right. It can't make him play volleyball right. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. How do you play this game? What do you do? Do people just lean on the net like that? Um, so that's kind of interesting to me, right? And I'll just do one more too, where I went off of it, like this one right here. Same idea, but like let's do dinosaur.
Nice spike. Thanks. Let's keep this
does with
going.
that. And again, they can't do volleyball for shit. It doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It's like, well, what the fuck is a volleyball? I don't know. And then now we're on different dinosaur people. Oh, that's because I did the prompt again. That's why. This is also when I realized that you can do multiple things. You can chain them together, which is kind of better. What the fuck is that? What the hell happened there? For just if you were going to get a whole bunch of things at once that you wanted to edit just out the good ones later. What the hell? What? They cannot do volleyball. That ball just came out of nowhere. It's doing whatever.
Nice save, but try to keep up.
All right, I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
done
just
with
getting
this
warmed up.
for now, anyway. So I think because I played these dumb AI things just now, I don't think it's gonna work again. I think Google's tool is gonna blow its mind. I think the fact that I name these things the same title is gonna ruin it too. Perfect storm, man. It's gonna break it again. And I reached out to them through their tools to try to have someone look at like what's going on to see the problem, but I don't think their tools work. I think if I really want to talk to someone at YouTube, I have to get a Twitter account, which is the fucking stupidest thing ever. But we'll see. We'll see if if my tests are right. Until then, excuse me, I'm gonna do another frame. Gonna do some more jokes, and then I'll get some more water. That's what's gonna happen, guys. This is my plan. It's my master plan. Uh, so if you see this and you're like, how does he do that? What's he doing? What exactly is going on? You can tell what kind of layer that I'm working with here. On That's visible on the board. Looking at the board view, and is visible in rendering. So even if it wasn't on the board, it would still be rendered out, and vice versa. Um, so I've got both of them enabled. So we're working with this layer. It's green, means it's vector, just vector. And you could see what I was doing before, moving those dots around. D duplicates the previous frame, but it's a new one. It's a new keyframe, just with all the content from the previous one. And C uh, opens up the control point editor tool. Control points are these nodes, right? And that's where all the math information lives. That's what we're doing. We're adjusting the values of properties in a grid, you know, more or less. Where on the graph do these dots go? This is that math. This is it. What's the curve? Here you go. Add the curve. What's the distance between the next node? Plug it in. That's what it's doing, guys. And you can look at the exported uh, files for vector images. The most common one format is SVG, scalable vector graphics. It's the ones that you'll find on the internet the most often. Um, it's just a text file with the locations of the dots and the measurement of the angles of the curves. That's all it is. It's a text file. It's a lot faster and cheaper than a bitmap, which has a lot of information and makes for big file sizes, for big pictures. This picture can be any size you want it to be. It's going to be a teeny tiny file describing it. And it's going to be sharp as hell because it's just math. There's no paint to dry, no virtual paint smeared with the whatever. Even if you do different whatever opacities and stuff, it's a precise, it's a precise looking output. I like vectors for those reasons. They do scale. That's why scalable is the first word in the more common format, scalable vector graphics, right? Um, Scalability is a real problem with raster images. Guys, don't get me started. I'm gonna get some more water, and I'll be right back. It's literally right there. I'm going to be right back. But you know what? I'm an entertainer, and I can show you all this content till the cows come home. So let's put on some Blues Clues, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and I'll have my water. Here you go.
Oh, hi! I am so glad here. Did you see a clue? You see it? Where is it? We need our handy dandy notebook. Oh, hi! Come on in. You are just in time. We are looking for Blue's Clues. A clue. Where? We need our handy dandy notebook. Oh, hi! I'm so glad you're here. You see a clue? Where? On the thinking chair. We need our handy dandy notebook. Oh, hi! Are you ready to play?
Look at this guy, huh?
You see a clue?
So
Where is it? Will you help me find them?
this guy does not stay looking the
Oh,
same
hi! Have you seen Blue? You see a clue? Where is it?
through the
We need
different
our handy
prompts,
dandy
stitched
notebook.
together.
Let's go
And
find some more
there's different
clues.
things that he's saying.
Oh, hi!
It's all
Come on in.
very uninteresting, really. That's the thing. That's the slot part of it. Is you can do it and you can make it come back with something that looks right. I guess like you're doing anything. You can trick it to output something that you know is copyrighted material that it was trained on, and um, and you can try and use that to make something unique and interesting, I guess. But what I found after doing that for a while recently with these things is that no matter what I was putting in there, I really wasn't interested in it. Um, and I had an idea that I tried to get it to do that I wouldn't do, but I was like, why don't I just do that? Because I would make it that interesting, and I would learn from doing it, and you'd see my hand, and it's a fine idea. Like, who cares that the thing can't do it? I can do it. So I'm gonna do a thing with Teletubbies. I don't know if you saw the Teletubbies thing. But I'm doing these next two cartoons first. One this was short, and the other one is the collab for Lil Louie. And then I'll do it that Teletubby. I'll finish that Teletubby thing. I already got to start on it. Um, and then I'll do the next Elite Squad, which I'm excited for. I don't know if you guys saw the last Elite Squad is my last real video. Um, Full title is Elite Squad, Son of the Elite, and Son is spelled S-U-N. It's fun. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That's going to be my focus moving forward until I get other ideas in my head that I want to do first. You know, as it happens. But I'm planning on making it a longer series because I don't think I'm going to run out of ideas. And it's all my unique IP. I don't have to worry about anyone getting upset that I'm parodying them because all the people I am joking about are very public people. They have to be. It's part of the title of the series. You have to be a pretty big deal to be elite in my web series here. So I'm into that. I like the ideas that I'm coming up with that for that. Um, and I was just talking about it the other day at my real job. And a coworker of mine there was like, I will help out with those voices. She volunteered her voice, which is fantastic because I need more voices, um, especially female ones. Every female voice on every cartoon I have so far has been my wife. Robin the Boy Wonder has been my daughter. So, some new voices always makes for nice change. But sure, he nixed the first idea for. I do have a woman I need to cast. She was not comfortable doing it, so that's fine. Need to get someone that will go up against this powerful woman. um, so there's that. I got that. I got that going for me. I'm making enemies, the kind you don't want to make, the kind regular people are afraid of. Okay, so cool, cool. Next thing we gotta do is color, but I'm gonna do a joke. That's some good bubbly. Good bubbly. All right, here we go. There was once a mobster who employed an accountant who was deaf and mute. He was satisfied with the guy's work until one year when he decided to double check the books and found that he was short $2 million. So he sent out a couple of goons to bring the guy into his office. An hour or so later, the cowering accountant arrived, accompanied by his brother, who could speak sign language. You tell that son of a bitch I want to know where my $2 million is at, boomed the mobster. After a after a quick exchange with his brother, the translator reported that the accountant knew nothing about it. The boss stood up, pulled out a gun, and came around to the desk to hold it against the accountant's neck. You tell this son of a bitch that if he doesn't tell me where the dough is, I'm going to blow his brains out after I have the boys work him over. This was duly translated to the quaking accountant, who frantically to his brother, frantically to his brother, explaining that the money was stashed in 3 shoeboxes in his closet. So what do you say? Interrupted the gangster impatiently. The translator turned and replied, he says you haven't got the balls to blow his brains out. Ay, ay, ay. Can't trust the translator, huh? You'd think being the brother of the guy, you could trust him. That was a longer one. And we got a long night of work here because we're gonna do color a frame, do a joke. There's gonna be a lot of jokes. If you like me stuttering through a mobster long joke like that, you're gonna love it. And like I said, if you're feeling a little tired, lay down, uh, get cozy and comfortable. I'm just gonna talk until you go. Okay, so we're gonna do it. Let's do it. All right, yay, yay, yay. So now we're on to coloring. And I made that noise because this is where things sometimes don't work. And we have to figure out why. And sometimes it's an easy one. Sometimes you just look at it and you're like, oh, well, that's why, because I'm dumb. That's what happened last time, just now. It was a problem with me. The problem is somewhere between the shoulders and the hat. But we got there. We fixed it. Did you see the problem? There it is. So let's fix the problem. There we did. We did it. Okay. I'm used to using this program. I know where to fix it, how to fix it. That did not used to come so easily to me. It's not going to come easily to me throughout the night. Oh my goodness, sort of like talking. Ay ay ay. We're doing a joke. All right. The fellow was joined at the bar by a voluptuous woman, who soon made her talents and charms abundantly clear. "I'll make your dreams come true," she whispered, "for $150. "That's a lot of money," the guy pointed out, admiring the cleavage set forth under his nose. "I'm worth it," she assured him breathily. "For $150, I'll act out your wildest, hottest fantasy. In fact, I can make any 3 words come true. Just dream them up, baby." "Any 3 words? For $150? The man's voice grew husky as the woman's hand crept further and further up his inner thigh. She nodded, reaching the other hand up to caress the back of his neck while he considered the offer. Finally, he leaned back with a big smile and announced, "Okay, it's a deal." He leaned over and whispered, "Paint my house." So he wants her to do for $150. Make that dream come true. You must have that dream of home ownership that we all have. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do another joke in just a minute because this coloring really isn't going to take any time, guys. So let's do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Not that one. That one. So yeah, you just get used to this shit, man. Just like everything, you just get used to the shit. Uh, this Gorn, huh? Gorn. I didn't know what a Gorn was. I didn't write this joke. But now that I've seen the episode, I know what a Gorn is. Now I know. Always learning. I'm always learning. All right. So Calvin Trillion wrote this one, and it's in the subject of New York. Ask yourself why the New York subway system, alone of the mass transit systems of the world, has maps inside rather than outside the trains. It's to force you to get on the wrong train in order to find out where you're going. You decipher the map to discover that the first step in reaching your destination is to get off the wrong train at the next stop. What's the deal with that? Sounds like a proto Jerry joke. Have you ever noticed that the government is inept? All right. I'm gonna have to buy a new book. I'm coming close to the end of this one. This stream might do it because we're gonna go through the jokes. So let's kick out the jokes. I done kicked them out. All right. See, now if you're using this as a sleep aid, that's not going to interrupt the sleeping. Are you kidding? Me singing Kick Out the Jams with different words? That's just going to flavor the dream. Don't worry, dreamer. Keep dreaming. Oh, come on, dream weaver. Oh, oh, I believe. I believe. There it is. I believe the children are our future. I believe that. Did you know that today in Washington, in Seattle, today was the last day of school for the year. All right. We are in occupations. This is job-based humor. The company accountant had occasion to go on a business trip with one of the vice presidents. Look, exclaimed his companion, glaring out the window of the train. Sorry, gazing out the window of a train. A flock of sheep. They've just been shorn. Looking out to see for himself, the accountant noted, on this side at least. On this side at least, yeah, I guess. They're not all good jokes, guys. These friars, and not to mention my delivery on that one could have been improved. I'll just say could have been improved. I'll be nice to me. I'm nice to me. In my room here, my dog is sleeping. He does not care about these things that I'm doing. He's an old dog. I think my wife might be looking for him, though. I hear her moving around. Maybe it's my kid. I don't know. I'm downstairs. That's where we're at. Like I said, today was the last day of school, so kids not asleep yet. She's gonna be in middle school next year. Big stuff. All right, so what I'm doing here, I'm looking at what we've done. Like, look at what we've done here. Looks fine to me. All right, hit the old save button. This one got a name on it. Marty Feldman. Marty Feldman wrote this one. I won't eat anything that has intelligence, but I would gladly eat a network executive or a politician. See, because they're dumb. They're the dumb elites, right? Right, guys. I didn't come up with this idea. Marty Feldman might have beat me to it in the original idea department, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it most recently. There we go. And that's something. That's not nothing. It's something. You ever hear that phrase? That's nothing to turn your nose at. Have you ever turned your nose at anything? I haven't yet. But maybe I'll start turning my nose. I don't know exactly how to turn it, where I'm supposed to be turning it. Come on. All right. All right, let's do another joke. I'm telling you, we're just flying through these jokes. All right. The Fallons had a tomcat that insisted on going out every night to prowl around and chase after cats in heat. And week after week, he'd return bloody and battered, ears torn, fur shredded. Finally, his owners had had enough and took him to the vet to be neutered. The cat lay low for a week or two, so the Fallons were delighted when one night the cat got dressed in black tie and tails, just, just as in the old days, and headed out the door. They were even more surprised when he was home by midnight without a spot or a scratch on him. Crowding around him and stroking him, they asked, "How'd you do it, old boy?" "Easy," responded the cat, slicking back his whiskers. "Now I'm a consultant." So the part of the joke I don't understand is, when did the cat start wearing clothes and talking? That kind of took me out of it a little bit. But, I'm back in. Let's go, cat. I like that. I like that he talks. More cats should talk. I don't have a talking cat. I'd love one. Give me a talking cat. Preferably one that also wears clothes. I don't care if he's neutered or not. You can do the job when you come to town, right? Something like that. There's an adage somewhere like that. Guys, I'll be here all night. Do you all like internet drama? I'm kind of a sucker for it. I know these weird Twitch streamer names now because I follow drama. Here we go. A high school kid loved fast cars and was thrilled to land a summer job with the local Alfa Romero service center. "Gee, Mr. Vespucci," he gushed, grabbing a wrench. "I can't wait to learn all the ins and outs of fixing up these babies." So he was startled when Mr. Vespucci told him to put down his tools and listen up. "The first thing you gotta learn how to do," he instructed the kid, "is to open the hood, stand back, and shake your head very, very sadly." First thing you gotta do. I gave Mr. Vespucci a very Italian accent. I don't know if you noticed. He's got a very Italian name. I figured a guy that owns an Alfa Romero dealership named Vespucci. So let's make it special for him. Let's really ring-a-ding-ding it up, you know? Um, Sorry about that. That dead air right there. Sometimes, what I'm doing here, what I do, oh my goodness. Sometimes I get lost looking at what I'm doing. Can you believe it? I apologize for that. It won't happen again. I'm not paying attention. Here we go. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, here we go. Still in occupations. I'm going to give this person a different name because I've never heard this name before. And Natalie, I'll just say Natalie. Natalie was watching the May Day parade in Moscow with his friend Yevgeny. He beamed with patriotic fervor as 100 ultra-modern tanks rumbled through Red Square, flushed with pride as crack battalions bristling with Kalashnikov rifles marched by in precision formation, then scratched his head in puzzlement. The next group to pass by consisted of 10 men in rumpled gray business suits. Finally, he tugged on Yevgeny's arm. I understand the tanks, the soldiers, the guns, and the missiles. But what's with these 10 men? Those, my friend, are economists, explained his friend. Have you any idea how dangerous 10 economists can be? Do you have any idea? I don't know if you noticed, I gave him Russian accents. Guys, I'm a really good voice actor. I can do accents. I'm just like Hank Azaria. You know? He used to put that stuff on his resume. I bet he doesn't anymore. But he's like, you know what? All I can do? Just white guy voices. That's all I can do. I don't know what you're talking about. I am what I am now. But, that one's a nuanced one, I guess. Because he's been voicing a lot of people on the show, right? Since its inception. But it's not a scrappy little show anymore. Now the House of Mouse owns it. That's what I call Disney. I do another joke. Still in occupations. I go to the world's wealthiest accountant. I'll tell you how rich he is. He takes his vacation in March. That's how rich he is. He takes his vacation in March. That's early in the year. You think that's the joke they're going for? It's early in the year. I can't. They're not all good, you know. Sometimes you read a joke and you're like, that wasn't a good one. It happens to me sometimes. My kid is watching Parks and Rec. She likes that show. I think she likes talking into the remote and getting a show that she picks, even though, I tell her I can get her any show she wants. She doesn't like going through Dadflix. She likes going through the remote that she talks to and she watches ads. She likes watching ads. She's the opposite of me in that way. I hate watching ads. Anyway, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Harry is at a banquet and keeps complaining that his false teeth are hurting him. The guy sitting to his left reaches into his pocket and pulls out a set of dentures. He hands them to Harry and says, "Try these." Harry tries them and says, "Thanks anyway, but they're too tight." The guy pulls out another set and hands them to Harry. They fit perfectly, so Harry wears them for the entire night. At the end of the banquet, Harry hands them back to the guy and says, "They fit me perfectly. Are you a dentist?" The guy says, "Nah, an undertaker." That's a little morbid. Of course, why would you just use dentures someone hands you? I wouldn't. Of course, I've never been in this position, needing better fitting dentures and complaining. Maybe someday I will, God willing. So the kid is watching Parks and Rec, right? I don't know what the hell season she's on or whatever. I never watched the show. Um, but the main character in the episode she was watching is now city representative, city council representative, right? And she was in Washington, D.C. for some reason. And she runs into John McCain. Big dog. John McCain. He was the cameo. It was kind of funny. Because I had to explain to my 10-year-old who John McCain was for this joke. Wasn't a good one. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're now in the subject of old age. Whitney woke up in the middle of the night and cried until his mother came in to see what was the matter. I have to make pee-pee, wailed the little boy. All right, said his mother. I'll take you to the bathroom. No, insisted Whitney. I want Grandma. Don't be silly. I can do the same thing as Grandma, said his mother firmly. Uh-huh. Her handshake. Ay. It's not a good joke. I didn't like that joke. All right. Let's keep moving. Let's just keep moving. Look, we're halfway down with this coloring. Coloring is not a hard thing to do. Oh, and then I screwed it all up, man. I screwed it the fuck up. Don't worry, it's fine. This tooth, man. It's like that joke. My digestive system keeps giving me shit. It's like that joke. You guys like it? That's a Ryan Rockers original, guys. You know, might be thinking, who's Ryan Rockers? This guy is. You're on my page. You don't know who I am? That's crazy. That's crazy. We just got 5 new members today. Yeah, they know. Amir Shalab, ask him. He knows. Slavaski's art. They know. They know what's up. All right, we hit the old save button. We're going to scrub. When you scrub, I scrub, we scrub. Look at this. Look at this thing going back and forth. Doing the back and forth. Doing the back and forth. Doing the back and forth. Oh, yeah. All right, that's fine. That's good fun. We're going to keep going. Still in old age. Sam wasn't happy about putting his dad in the state nursing home, but it was all he could afford until a lucky investment paid off. The first thing he did with his newfound wealth was to move his father to the best nursing home available. The old man was astonished by the luxury of his new surroundings. On the first day, as he was sitting in front of the television, he started to list to his right side. Instantly, a nurse ran over and tactfully straightened him out. Over lunch, he started to lean a bit to the left. But within a few seconds, the nurse gently pushed him upright again. That night, his son called. How you doing, Pop? He asked excitedly. Oh, Sam, it's a wonderful place, said the father. I've got my own color TV. The food is cooked by a French chef. The gardens look like Versace's. You wouldn't believe. Dad, it sounds perfect. There's one problem with the place, though, Sammy, the father whispered. They don't let you fart. That's kind of funny. He was trying to fart. Just let a man fart. All right. Here we go. So, I did watch those horror movies people were talking about. Backrooms and the other one. I did. I saw it. Saw 'em both. Obsession, that's the other one. It's fine. They both were fine, I guess. I'm not really a horror film guy. That's my review. All right, here we go. So this one says it was written by George Burns at 76 about Jack Benny. So it's got some stuff that may or may not work in its favor. It's a good thing you didn't wait any longer to have this dinner. We're at a peculiar age. The other night, Jack and I went to see a porno picture, and we fell asleep. Ay, ay, ay. When was the last time you watched Oh God? I need to watch it again. I'm reading the book. It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh man, I may not last. You know what? I'll last towards till, and then maybe I will cut it short. I don't know. Um, I will finish this. I will finish the coloring of this. If nothing else, I will do that. Two old men meet while tottering around the park on their morning constitutional. Irving, how are you? Asked one, patting his friend on the arm. Terrible, terrible, mutters Irving. Memory's going. For instance, I can't remember whether it was you or your brother who died. Well, who do you think it was, Irving? Hmm? It's not funny. Dementia's not funny, guys. And it was all yellow. Hmm. Now it's black. Now it is all black. Oh, not all of it. Some of it, skin of it is green. And from what I understand, that's not easy. It's not easy being green. Have you listened to the Rainbow Connection recently? I have. An elderly man with a hearing problem suddenly lost his hearing completely. Concerned, he went to the doctor, who looked in his ear, picked up a pair of forceps, and extracted a suppository. Here's the trouble, the doctor announced, showing it to him. The old man replied, now I know what I did with my hearing aid. Ay, ay, ay. You know, last time I went to the doctor and I took a hearing test, he said I was almost deaf. And you can imagine that was hard for me to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Be here all night. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, now the thing about that doctor with the hearing thing, I haven't heard from him since. That's the other punchline I could have used. I like the one I did use first, though. So that is the story of that joke. I've used it before. It's good. Hey, you want to hear another joke while I'm just remembering jokes that I've used recently? Here, I'm going to use this one so we can keep going. This is going to count. Um, why did the tomato blush? Because he saw the tomato. Oh, Jesus. Let me do it again. Why did the tomato blush? He saw the salad dressing. It's a good one, huh? I like it. He saw the salad dressing. That's another way to say the punchline. Two ways, a couple more than two ways. There must be two ways to lose your lover. Isn't that what Paul Simon said. He's always trying to lose people. Did you guys think it was weird how much Paul Simon hung out with Lauren Michaels? I don't think it's weird at all. It's good to have friends. Let's keep going. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, I didn't. Here we go. No, I didn't. Here we go. Did you hear about the 50-year-old hooker? She sat down on a bar stool and fell all the way to the floor. That's not funny. All right. I didn't hear about her. Not until just now. Now I've heard about her. Someone like that, you'd think you'd hear stories about her. You'd think. So I just missed on that one. That's why everything's yellow again. Here we go. Fixed it. I don't think I got another one that I can use right off the top of my head. Well, I can. Well, here a dumb one I was thinking of when I was thinking about cheese. Or I thought this cheese was Gouda, but it turns out it was a little ricottaed. I like that one. It's a good one. It's original. All right, I'm gonna put on another AI slot video for me to get some more water. Let's not go too far, because I am going to be right back. It's just right there. Okay. And don't think I'm just gonna leave you not entertained. Unentertained is what I was gonna say, I think. Here we go. Teletubbies. Not, yeah, not that one. We'll do this one. Let's do this one.
Dipsy Tummy Tum. Po feel very bad.
Oh no, Tubby Custard!
Honey, this outfit is everything.
Please, you wish you had this walk.
Watch and learn, darling.
Go, Tinky Winky! Shake it, Po!
Look at him go, huh? Breakdancing. Pretty good moves.
Bibby Pode, Bibby Pode.
Teletubbies, Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
Tinky Winky bad!
All right. We did that. Let's keep going. Guys, I can see the end zone here. We're going to get to the end zone. Hell, man, maybe I'll just keep going. Fuck it, who cares? I don't have to work tomorrow. That is true. And I've talked about what I do here before, what I'm currently doing, and what I've done before this. I'd rather do things I was doing before this. Right now, I'm working at a grocery store. So if you guys can tell, I actually have other skills. I can do cartooning. I can do that. Not a lot of people are looking for someone like me, though. I don't know why. Here we go. Grandpa was sitting on the front porch talking to his grandson about growing old. Why, Teddy, he wheezed. I remember going courting in the old buggy. On the way home, I'd have to put my dong under a spoke in the buggy wheel to keep from peeing on my face. Imagine that. Yeah, Grandpa, go on, urged Teddy. Well, at 75, things are a bit different. Now I have to rest it on one of the spokes to keep it from peeing on my foot. Okay. So he used to have boners. And now he's got a really limp dick. Cool. You know who did ads for Viagra? Bob Dole. He did. Because he was an old man, you see. That's who they made that medication for. Old men who, like our protagonist in our joke here, are not always erect like they used to be. Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be. Know what I'm saying? Um, But don't worry, friends. If you have this problem, good news. We have doctors working round the clock on this exact issue. We're gonna get it solved. That and male pattern baldness, we're just on the precipice of solving these horrible diseases. So, this joke has an author ascribed to it. Art Linkletter. Let's give it up for Art. You ready? We're old enough to remember George, Burns, Jack, Benny, and I when hot pants was a condition. We recall that when there was no pill, the best method of birth control was a rusty zipper. There you go. There's some name drops in that. I think those guys were in the room when he told the joke, which I don't need that really. I don't need that context for my jokes. They could have rewritten it in a way where they didn't have to mention the people in the room when the joke was told initially. But that's not how they chose to do it. They chose to put it in parentheses. So I read it. It is George parentheses Burns. You understand? Jack parentheses Benny. And so on and so forth. All right. So close, guys. Andrew was a dutiful son who accompanied his dad to his regular checkups with his urologist. And how is your urine flow, Mr. Gunderson? Asked the doctor when they were seated in his office. Fine, just fine, doctor, and God helps, quavered Gunderson cheerfully. He turns the light on when I start, turns it off when I stop, and I don't have to do a thing. Oh no, groaned the son, as the puzzled urologist looked over at him. Dad's peeing in the fridge again. God helps. I kind of saw that punchline coming. I don't know, maybe you did too. So you might notice that this was not lining up. It's because this one's all fucked up. So I just lined it up to the next one. I do that sometimes, guys. Not often, but you know the difference between one frame and another when you're rotoscoping. Sometimes it's minimal. Sometimes we say we're just going to go with the next frame and trust the audience will understand. Truth be told, it's going at 24 frames per second. They'll understand. They'll understand for sure. I don't even have to ask them. I know my audience. And now you can't even tell, right? Look at that. All right. Let's do another joke. We got 5 more jokes and then we're done with this part. Excuse me, doctor, said the nurse, but why is that old man sticking out his tongue and holding up his middle finger? That's simple enough, nurse, answered the doctor. I asked him to show me his sexual organs. Uh-huh. That's simple enough, nurse. You'd expect him to show his genitalia. Am I right, friends? Who here has a genitalia? Those doctors. I'm always with the jokey jokes. I heard or read a story about Gary Larson today that I thought was pretty funny. The story itself was funny enough about him befriending Jane Goodell, and he went to go visit her in the mountains of the Andes in her preserve. And while he was there, he was bitten by a chimpanzee named Frodo. I just like that picture in my head. An eager beaver young real estate agent was doing his best to sell this old coot and condo in Palm Beach. Having outlined its many attractions in detail, he confidently concluded his pitch. And, Mr. Rosenblatt, this is an investment in the future. Sonny, croaked Mr. Rosenblatt, at my age, I don't even buy green bananas. Oh, because you don't have time to invest in the future when you're old. It's a bad pitch. Know your audience. What was I saying? That's it. Yeah, the Frodo thing. I said it. I said it. I'll say it again. I don't trust chimpanzees, even if they are named Frodo. And you can quote me on that. They're wild animals, man. If we're related, and it's not a close relation. Wild animals are gonna bite your face off. Tear your dick off. All right, here we go. Casey Stingle? Casey Stingle wrote this one. I'll never make the mistake of being 70 again. That was a dumb one. I wouldn't have put my name on that one. Saying that, that's for sure. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise, I feel bad for that one. I feel bad for it. Because it wasn't a good joke. It was a bad joke. It wasn't funny. Don't worry, it'll be okay. We'll get a good one here. We're due. We're due. And we have 3 more jokes in total anyway. It's not a lot. Well, until we go to the next bit to rotoscope. But know how long this one took me to do? Just today. Just did it today. And it's done. So that'll be good. And I can show you some of the other stuff I've done too. If you want, if you're interested. Hard to tell. Hard to gauge, guys. Talk to me. If it's just up to me, maybe I won't. Um, oh, here we go. Here's a long one. The girls in the brothel were frankly skeptical when a 90-year-old man came in and put his money down on the front desk. But finally, a good-hearted hooker took him up to her room. Imagine her surprise when he proceeded to make love to her with more energy and skill than any man she had ever known. I've never come so I've never come so many times, she gasped. How about once more, on the house? All right, conceded the old geezer, but I have to take my 5-minute nap, and you must keep your hand on my penis. Just so, while I'm asleep. She agreed eagerly, and as soon as he woke up, he gave her an extra better lesson in lovemaking, an even better lesson in lovemaking. Oh God, gasped the hooker ecstatically. I can't get enough of you. Please, just once more, I'll pay you. The old man agreed, subject to the same conditions, and just before he nodded out, the hooker said, Excuse me, but would you mind explaining about the nap and why I have to keep my hands on your privates? I'm 90 years old, retorts the man. So is it so surprising I need a little rest? As for the other, it's because the last time while I was napping, they took my wallet. Idle hands. All right. That's my response to that one. Idle hands, man. Kind of a long joke. Kind of a silly one. All right. Hit the old save button, and then we got one more after this last joke before we do something different. Carla was well into her 60s when she went to her doctor complaining of nausea, exhaustion, and occasional cramps. After a thorough examination, the doctor sent her to the hospital for a battery of tests and finally confronted her with the results. Mrs. Barber, medically Mrs. Barber, medically impossible though it seems at your age, there's no doubt about it, you're pregnant. Impossible, she cried, and fainted dead away. When she came to, she staggered to the phone, dialed her 78-year-old husband, and screeched, You've knocked me up, you randy old goat. There was a long pause at the other end of the line. Then the voice said, And to whom am I speaking? I like that they used the correct object of the preposition. I like when jokes are grammatically correct. What do you like about jokes and joking around? I like the feeling that I get when I laugh. Feels good. No doubt about it. All right, friends. As soon as I fix this, hit save, take that off the board. And then we look at this, we go render. Excuse me, it goes from 8450 to 8505. Not sexy dead. Well, Just dead Gorn. Hit this button. Hit it again. Cool. All right. It is 11:22, 21. And I got Kirk here. All right. I'll just start on the Kirk. All right. This might be interesting. Might not. I don't know. I like the drawing tools that we have here. This is how I start a new scene in OpenTunes. I start with the important lines. Ay. All right. I say those are important lines, but then, man, did I take way too long on that. All right, here we go. So Filmation has a particular way that they draw eyes. And mouths. But that's about it. So let me look at the Kirk I got for reference. Here we go. Okay. Like that. Oops. What happened here? Oh no. All right. Is that really the only way to do it? Looks like it. Okay. That's cool. That's the way we'll do it then. There we go. There's the pouty lips of James T. Kirk. Made in the style of Filmation. There it is. All right. And so these lines obviously aren't complete, aren't final. Let's make them final. Did you ever watch Star Trek growing up? The original series? I never did. I did watch the New Generation. Star Trek, the Next Generation, not the New Generation. Pepsi was the choice of the New Generation. Star Trek had the Next Generation, with Jean-Luc Picard and Data and Q. And this story from the original one is very similar to the Q origin. What was it? Trial on a planet. Can't remember the name of it. I think they used a different word for trial too. But in that one, the Q alien god thing tests the Enterprise, Jean Luc in particular. Jean Luc Picard. The same way that Kirk was tested by an alien god thing in this episode. So, some laser writing. Let's rehash this one. Or something. Captain James Tiberian Kirk. Is that right? Tiberius? Something like that. Never too into him. Or the original show. Always kind of looked a little cheesy. Kind of like Batman. The Adam West Batman. A little bit like that. Campy, I guess is the word. Never cared for campy things. Some people love that stuff. Not me. I'd rather it was just like good. So yeah, the eyes are the really tricky parts. The ears can be a little tricky sometimes. Um, but I know how to draw like Filmation. And so you can draw pretty much anything like Filmation does, and it'll fit in when you put it in after you're done rotoscoping it. And this guy is not going to be doing a lot. But I'll do another frame too, just to see what kind of movement he does between two frames, how much work it's going to be to do this. This should be the last bit of B-roll footage for the cartoon, and then I'm going to trace a little bit of Kirk talking from the original cartoon. Just because the last cartoon I did with Kirk, I shouldn't use just the same poses that he was in exclusively. And again, shake it up a little bit, change it up a little bit. I do that with Batman, the Batman podcast. Each one's a little different. I always trace a new thing of Batman. That's what I mean to say. I don't know if that came out or not, but that's what I meant to say. That looks all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, I think we got Kirk started anyway. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Uh, um, there's that. So, looks like he's doing very subtle movements. Subtle doesn't usually work in animation, but it works fine in rotoscoping. A lot of all right, we're reconnected. I don't know what we missed, but here's what I'm gonna do. Since I did 2 frames, I'm gonna actually just color one real quick, just to look at what we got, where we're at, and so there's something to look for. Let's fix that in the next one. Um, let's keep going. There's the colors. And there's the eyes. So now we got Kirk here. You're gonna have a moment of doubt and pain. But I think it looks kind of cool. And it's gonna stand out. Here, let me show just a little bit more what I got for Gorn and Friends. All right, this one was written by Moms Marley. There ain't nothing an old man can do but bring me message from a young man. That's what an old man can do for her. Bring a message from a young man. Um, Here, let me just open it up in the old After Effects. I can find it. Where to go? There it is. So this is the short version. As you can see, here I can just hit the old spacebar. It is in the correct dimensions, and I don't have the lip sync or the backgrounds done for it, but I do have the Gorn turning around and doing its standing off thing, and it is a woman Gorn. That's part of the joke. If you got this far, I just ruined it for you. Sorry. Um, that same turnaround though is here. Look at that. That's the original size, dimensions. And then same with this. There it is. But I changed it around here for the short one. And he says something funny. But I took it off. You can't hear it. Not yet. Not yet. Um here's Mr. McCoy blinking his eyes, walking around. So I just gotta do some background. What do I gotta do? What I tell the collaborator I gotta do? I gotta. Well, I need to finish this shot, just this shot, which isn't that much. It's about the same size as the last one I did. And he's also not doing much movement, so it'll go pretty fast. Um, And then I need to draw the Kirk stuff. But I think that's it. And then I can do lip syncing. Oh, I also need to record my McCoy lines and then do the lip syncing. At the backgrounds. Excuse me, in the backgrounds that I haven't done yet. And that's it, I think. Oh. Then that'll be the next two cartoons done. Oh shoot, then there's another thing I gotta draw to the last shot on this, which might take me a minute. And then yeah, those two will be done, and then the Teletubby one, which I won't show you now. I'll show you later, another time maybe, maybe not. I'm calling this one done for now, though. It's been a couple hours. So let's do one last joke, two more jokes, and call it done. Let's do it. Doing it. All right. The elderly man flattered himself that he was still a ladies' man and decided to flirt with a comely waitress. So tell me, sweetheart, where have you been all my life? He crooned. Actually, sir, she pointed out sweetly, for the first 45 years of it, I wasn't around. Oh, actually, sir. What a little bitch. All right, here we go. A teenager was riding in an elevator with a very old woman when a horrible smell filled the car. Finally, the kid said, "Excuse me for asking, lady, but did you fart?" "Of course I did, Sonny," she replied sharply. "Think I always smell like that?" Ask a dumb question, right? All right, one more, and then I'm calling it. This one was written by Robert Benchley, so give it up for Robert Benchley. He's one of the friars. I am the oldest living white man, especially at 7 in the morning. I don't think half of these comedians are any good. That guy wasn't. Ending it on a dud.